take 105. Hi y'all, I am Heather with Terra Luna Apothecary. Today I'm going to show you how I make my new moon intention journal. I begin by smudging, setting my intention, holding my focus just like I would when I work with any of my other tools. So I'm going to smudge myself in. I'm using lavender that we grew in our own garden. So I'm going to smudge all my tools. I have all my tools gathered so that they're within reach. Smudge myself. Smudge you guys. Okay. This is a very simple construction. For my journal, for my size, I'm using 7 sheets of 11.5 by 14 paper. I like to use watercolor paper. You can use sketch paper if you would like something that's not quite as heavy. I use my journal like an art journal. So I may draw, I may write, I may paint a little bit in it. So I like them to be rather heavy. So this is probably 140 pound paper. I've also made them with this pad, which is 96 pound. But this is a nice brand of paper that you can pick up rather inexpensively at Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby. Okay, so I have 7 pages. I don't measure things. I'm very imprecise. So what you want to do is you just want to bring up your corners. And then you'll want to use something to bring it down. This is called a bone folder. Bone folder. You can use anything, a pen. Just like that. And then we're going to put them all together. I've already done the other ones, and as I said, you'll have 7 pages. So, I have my fold. Next I'm going to take an awl. Anything sharp and pointy will work. You just want to find your halfway point, and like I said, I don't measure. I just eyeball what looks like halfway, and then just put a hole all the way through. Then I want to go roughly an inch from the bottom, put another hole. And then an inch from the top and put another hole. So I have 3 holes. So now from the center hole and the top hole, I'm going to go to the center and put my 4th hole. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Take the center hole, take the bottom hole, and go about halfway, just eyeballing it. You can use a ruler, map it all out, find your exact center, find the center of that, and then, put your holes that way. But like I said, I like to eyeball it. So now we're going to do what is called a 5-hole bind or a pamphlet bind. It's the simplest bind you can do. I like to use hemp, bamboo. This right here is just jute. And what you need, we're going to go up and down, so you'll want at least twice. Oops. and I like to just go a third time. We're going to cut off anything we don't use. So I have about 3 times. Measure that again. Yeah, okay. Scissors over there. I forgot one tool. Hold on 1 minute. Good thing about having a studio, it's all pretty close. This is the boring stuff. I'll probably edit this out. Okay. Okay. So now I have my needle thread threaded, and I'm sure I edited that out because it took an hour. Now you need to think about where you want your end point. If you want your tie on the outside, then, whoops, and excuse me, one of my holes didn't go all the way through. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to think about where we want to tie off our binding. You can tie it on the outside or you can tie it on the inside. I like to tie mine on the outside. So I'm going to start on the second hole from the bottom on the outside. Okay, so you're just going to thread that through, pull it on through, and we're going to leave a tail. We're going to leave a tail probably about, what's that, about 5 inches long. So you're going to go through there, you're going to go down to the bottom hole and go through. Don't pull tight because you want to leave that tail. So now we're going to go back through the first hole we went in. Okay. So now we go into the center hole. We're just going to zigzag our way up. Now we're in the center, second to the top hole. Oops. And in the top hole. Now we're going back down. And out the center hole. So at this point you've gone in and out every hole. It's completely this way and almost all the way this way. So this was my starting point and this is my end point. What I want to do is bring this one up to my end point, pull it tight, and tie it off. I want the knot to be at the center hole. Right now I'm just going to tie that off and and trim it. So that's very simple construction. Now, since this is a new moon intention journal, what I like to do is on the front I have the year, then I have each month. What I have right here is the new moon, the full moon, and then the new moon again, because it's the way it goes this year. So you open up the first page. I like to put a little key. It's the different energies of each moon. Have your new, waxing, full, waning. My first page right here is a ritual that I do at the beginning of every month to determine where my focus needs to be on the month. If I'm working with the energies of the full moon, or am I working with the energies of the new moon? I just put this in there because I give these gifts to friends. I give this book to friends, and it's something that they can work with or not if they choose to, but that's just the way I do it. Then I have a page, actually 2 pages for each month. I have the month, January. You can print it out on a computer like I did here, and the other one, which I'll show you in a moment, I actually stamped it with rubber stamps. You can handwrite it, if it's for yourself or if you have beautiful penmanship. I don't. So I have the month, and then I have the energies that are associated with that month. So each month when I'm working with this, I'm planning what my ritual's focus is going to be for that month. I can look at it and say, is January a good month for this ritual? Do I want to do it in May? Do I want to do it later on in the month? You can do any ritual any time of the month, but you'll have more success if you work with the energies of that month. So since this is I call it a new moon intention journal, but really it's new or full, I like to also work with the stones of the month. These are my stones that I work with for the month. This is my moonstone and my labradorite. But when I give the journal as a gift, I don't give away my spheres, but I may give another moonstone or labradorite. Selenite is also a good stone to work with at the new moon. And this beautiful labradorite for I'm sorry, I got that backwards. Selenite is a good stone to work with at the full moon. Labradorite is a good stone for the new moon. So here's my journal. Now we want to dress it up a little bit. Let me hop down and grab the one I've already done. I don't like to work on a white page, so what I've done is taken a fluid acrylic, and I like to work with my raw sienna. It gives a parchment look, so, and just pour a little on my page, put a lot of water on, and then just brush it on with a stiff brush, and that creates these lines, so really gives it more of like a handmade paper look. So I do that. I have my ritual, my key, then my months. Since I kind of think of this as like a diary, I like it to be secure. So I tie a little bit of sari ribbon around it. And then you have these tails. You can dress these up with beads or charms or something like that. And there you have it. This is my journal, and I hope this is helpful. Thank you so much. Bye.